What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm easy joined by Spin More Racks, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick. And as promised, guys, there's some numbers that heavily, I don't want to say heavily favored, that's teasing a little bit too much, but definitely favor the Detroit Lions. I want to start off, Smitty.
Okay.
All right, I want to start this one off.
Cheer up.
We just gave you the officiating crew. That's only called 5 DPIs, 5 holding calls. Oh, yeah, 6. I'm sorry. On the entire season, on the 5 games they officiated, my by the numbers is the number 3. Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson, some people call the best wide receiver in the game right now.
Pretty much everybody.
Has only caught 3 balls on 11 targets when pressed in man coverage. 3 balls on 11 targets when pressed in man coverage. It's for 39 yards and 1 touchdown. I will give you that. The yards, obviously, not. We don't care about that, but the touchdown, obviously, he does what he does. That's the best wide receiver in the game. 3 of 11 when pressed in man coverage. What do the Detroit Lions like to do? Press in man coverage. That favors the Detroit Lions in this matchup. By the numbers.
14. We've said this throughout the week, but I'm bringing it up again. This Detroit Lions pass defense, when you get into the red zone, is absolutely suffocating. 1 of 14 teams are, when throwing the ball in the red zone against the Detroit Lions this year, they have 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions. When you have the tandem of safeties that the Detroit Lions have, if you give them the security blanket of not having to worry about covering deep and just let them attack the ball, it's trouble. Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch have been eating in the red zone. You can't score on the Lions in the red zone because you can't run the ball, and you're 1 of 14 when throwing it. By the numbers.
I'm going to piggyback off that one for you, Spinny, because number 14 is a number that Sam Darnold wears on his jersey. And that man, I'm sorry for one of you guys' numbers, has thrown an interception in the last 4 or 5 games that he's played. By the numbers. Number 14, Sam Darnold, likely and prone to give it up to Detroit Lions this weekend. Kirby or Brian Branch, more specifically.
You better believe it's going to be Kirby because that man eats against the Vikings. I don't have a number for it. I was just putting that up there. My number, I'm sticking with quarterbacks, but going to the good guy. Jared Goff. In 8 games against the Vikings in his career, he is averaging 296 yards passing per game. Jared likes the fields of Minnesota. He torches these guys every single time. Jared Likey. Jared won wingy. Jared throws the ball at a high level against the Vikings every time he faces them. By the numbers.
He thinks he can take on hell.
Sydney, 70, because Jared Goff, since becoming a Detroit Lion, has thrown for over 70% against Brian Flores' defenses. In 2022 against the Miami Dolphins, he threw for 72.97%. Against Minnesota the first time last year, 71.8%. And then once more to end the season, 75.8%. An average of 73%. 70, Jared Goff. And if I could spin off of that some more, Jameson Williams, J-Mo, 75. He has the most receptions of 75 or more. He has the last 4 of his 5 games has had yardage. Jesus, what am I doing over here? Choking. 75 yards or more in the last 4 or 5 games he's played.
Sandy.
By the numbers.
Nick, you got a number?
You wanted that Kirby number?
Yeah.
The number is 2. 2 picks last time he played in Minnesota, baby.
Oh, Minnesota.
And I'm going to go into this one. 134.1. Justin Jefferson averages 134.1 yards receiving against the Lions in his career. And that's why Kirby Joseph is going to be back there just waiting for him. You talk about that man coverage. I do want the man coverage. And if he gets past him, just wait for Sam Darnold to float one because Kirby's getting some more in Minnesota. Let's go, boys.
Cold in Minnesota. Chris.
Yes.
I got one, if I may. It spins off the Jameson Williams
No,
stuff,
it's
the
cool.
70
I'll
stuff.
fuck myself.
I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself. I mean, the number's 0. All right.
Nice.
The number's 0. How many fucks I give about Chris right now? I'm kidding. The number truly is 0 because the Vikings love to run cover 0. Jared Goff, the good guy, as Speedy says, is 3 for 4 for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns versus cover 0 coverage this year. And 70 of these yards came from Jameson Williams. That said, they keep coming around. I think James will be explosive in this one. I think he'll be an opportune guy to throw to. They're going to blitz us. Jared Goff can catch him on a slant, and he gone.
Chris, continue to fuck yourself because by the numbers, we're staying with Jared Goff. I'm going with 2. People may think 2 games ago, Jared Goff had the best game of his career, where he went 100%.
100%.
Did an incompleted pass. Almost 300 yards. 2 touchdowns and a touchdown receiving.
Ball never touched the ground.
You would be incorrect because Jared Goff's second game against the Vikings in his career way back in 2018, he threw for 78% completion percentage, 465 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
By the number.
Gunslinger Goff is back in Minnesota, and oh yeah, that was in Minnesota as well.
Cold like Minnesota, the Detroit Lions have the 4th. 4 is the number, by the way. I apologize. Should start with that one. Number 4. Detroit Lions are the 4th best passing offense in the entire National Football League with the fewest pass attempts. We talk about this offense and Jared Goff. He can get the ball out there, and he's very accurate. And they intermediate, but he got playmakers around him. The 4th fewest pass attempts, yet you're the 4th highest in receiving yards. The number is 4. The Detroit Lions taking this one home. Chris?
Oh, I can go. You guys don't got numbers.
The number is 7.
I got 2 next time, but you're good.
All right. Just making sure nobody else. Hey, Beth, anybody else got a number?
I want it.
I'm going with 8.
69.
Because, well played. I'm going with 8. Sam Darnold has 8 red zone touchdowns this season. But you know what? We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
This Lions red zone defense is one of the best in the NFL.
The best.
You know who's just above him in red zone completion percentage?
Jared
2%
Goff.
better. Jared Goff.
That's my quarterback.
Jared Goff. That was a couple of numbers there, but I think that's the key. I think that the Detroit Lions are going to take away what Sam Darnold does best, which is score in the red zone. Goff has been more efficient in their head-to-head battles in the red zone. I think that's going to be the key right there. I think that's going to be the difference in this game.
And said red zone spinning, when you score that touchdown, kick a field goal, how many points is that?
7.
7.
7 is the number. 7 is the number of Byron Murphy, the cornerback of the Minnesota Vikings, who has led up the most receptions in the entire football league for the 3rd most yards in this season. Yes, there's a scary defense to other quarterbacks. Not for ours. I think he's going to get burned this weekend. They're going to get caught slipping. He's going to be out there on an island with a man named Jameson Williams, and that streak is going to continue. 34 receptions left in the year, and that's the lead's leading. 7.
Chris?
Yes. You want me to go again?
He looked at Nick and said, "Chris."
I got another one.
I just want to quickly double down on.
He looked at us and Nick and said, "Chris."
Yeah, I was looking at my screen because I found another set to go back with what I'm at. You want to know what the Lions, what teams score, their scoring percentage against the Lions when they're on the road defensively in the red zone? 25%.
Ooh,
that's
wow.
it. 25% is it.
By the numbers.
by the numbers.
Go ahead, Nick.
48.
Average yards
25.
per attempt
Minor
for Jared
40
Goff in our last 2 losses to San Fran and to the Bucs. He's averaging 48 throws a game. That's why 157.8 is the rushing yards per game for this Detroit Lions offense, which ranks 4th in the NFL. If Sonic and Knuckles do not get 30 carries in this game, I'm going to be pissed off. Obviously, there's a formula to success for this Lions team. You do not stray away from it. We saw what happened against the Bucs this season. Don't get away from it, no matter what, even if it starts slow, which I don't see it doing. Even if it does, do not get away from the run in this game at all costs. 48 yards per attempt in the last 2 losses for the Lions. I don't want to see Goff throwing the ball, to be honest, more than 30.
I got one for you. 4.7. This Minnesota defense allows 4.7 yards per play.
By the numbers.
David Montgomery averages 4.7 yards per carry this year. Give that man the rock. Let him tote the ball up and down the field. David Montgomery, 75 carries, 351 yards, 6 touchdowns
and
already.
To go off that number, because y'all know I said it last week, so until they do it, this is lucky.
No, don't do it again.
I'm doubling down.
What's he doing?
I'm doubling down. Okay, thanks, dude.
Mike.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Just take it away from me.
He just be jinxing us.
No,
I literally said it last time
no,
and it didn't
no.
happen. I was gonna keep the streak alive, but I guess if you guys want him to fumble, go ahead. That's fine.
All right,
No,
say it,
I'll
Chris.
shut up.
Say it.
If it happens,
Nope.
we'll all get to punch you once in the arm before the show.
No. Spencer ruined it. I thought he was my best friend.
35. That is the age I was when I first met my first love. No, I was kidding.
And now here she comes, walking into the studio.
Here she comes. 35. The Vikings have lined up in a 6-man front 35% of the time. That's the league's leading.
Yeah.
That's more than double the second team in 16%. I believe, brought up a lot of Jameson Williams numbers once I found that out.
I do believe.
Because you catch James on a hot route. That's where they caught the cover zero route against the Seattle Seahawks. He took that thing for 70 yards. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be another big receiving game for him, too. You're going to line up against 6 against us, and we're going to burn you for it. Because Jared Goff, these blitzes don't affect him. He knows where his guys are. They're called landmarks, people. And Jared Goff in his offense for almost 4 years now. He knows where they're at.
Yes, he does. And that is by the number.
By the number.
All right.